Hi, my name's Dee, your Professor of Woo Woo, and welcome to Sunchild Tarot and the general reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, whatever area of your chart you're wanting to look at. If you're not familiar with your chart, like your moon sign and your rising sign, there is a link to a birth chart calculator down in the description below. In fact, I think there's two. So, as a general reading will apply. So, you know, timing is far from absolute. Personalities can sometimes get mixed up. I'm not entirely sold on that idea, but when people describe it, I can see how it could happen. But more importantly, this reading either is for you in total or not for you in total. There's no take what resonates. So the way to know is, firstly, ask a question. Pause the video if you have to. Take a moment, think about all the questions that are around you. Focus upon one of them. Be aware of all of them. Cards will answer what they want. Trust me, they don't have the same sense of priority that you or I do. However, there is also a past and a present in this spread. So, if the past and the present do not fit, don't try and make it fit. Go and watch your rising. Go and watch your moon sign. Definitely always watch your rising. If you only have a chance to watch one of them, watch your rising. So there's also, there's also a link down there for the Facebook page for this channel. So if you've already subscribed and clicked that notifications bell and YouTube's not telling you that I exist, then sign up for the Facebook page, and then Facebook can also not tell you I exist. But I post all of these videos and the interviews that I do with folk, and more importantly, it's got its own inbox. So if you want to contact me for a personal reading, that's the way to do it. Right, I've waffled for quite enough now. Thank you to all returning viewers and subscribers. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do hit that subscribe button and the like button while you're passing, because it really does help YouTube notice I exist. In the meantime, I'm singing the same old tune, so let's go on to the cards. Right, this is really an interesting reading, Sagittarius, because there is a transformation occurring. You are already aware of the transformation that is occurring, but it's almost like you feel like you haven't got enough resources to cover it, that you're sort of hampered in... How can I put it? The transformation is just as much a spiritual as it is a physical or vocational transformation. It's, you know, it's how you're interacting with the world around you is a spiritual thing, theoretically, at all times. But it's almost like you feel like the transformation that you are aware of, it's maybe going along with a tradition that you're not necessarily comfortable with, or that tradition is hemming in that transformation. And because you're in that not quite round peg in a square hole, or square peg in a round hole, sorry. But it's that you're feeling, hang on a minute, what's going on? I'm not sure that I have enough, whatever enough is, whether that's enough money, enough resources, enough time, enough support, enough whatever, to really grab hold of this transformation. Spirit is bringing in a transformation. You don't get a choice in this. You are going to transform. So, because Spirit bringing in the Death card, so there is transformation happening. And I actually feel like from this Hierophant, there are certain traditions that, although on first glance you may find them limiting to look at, they're actually going to be a great deal of support for you and just allow you to try and make sense of everything that's going on, because that's where you are at the moment. You're not making sense of it. Opposing you, Five of Pentacles, as I say, it's almost like there's baggage following you, and that the guidance is not making any sense, and that there isn't enough resources to fuel this transformation. If you think about it in terms of chemical reactions, You need a certain activation energy to start a chemical reaction going, just like lighting your fire in the fireplace, and it's like, how I'm not sure I have that activation energy there because I can't see it. It is there. It is going to be coming in, and curiously, it's going to be coming in from something that feels quite comforting from the past. So whether this is old friend, well, it's going to be old friends, unless it's an old place that you return to, I would say it's going to be old friends. But grab hold of this transformation, go with it. There's things that you need to let go of. From the Oracle cards, we have the release card. This card has been popular this month so far in the monthly readings. I think this is the 4th time it's come out, maybe the 5th. Let me see, your zodiac sign number 9. So, it's made its presence known. But we are followed by the Holy Grail from the Mists of Avalon. Now, this says wisdom, spirit, regeneration, life force. But what it's saying is open yourself up to, well, basically, if someone puts a plate of food down in front of you, eat it. Open yourself up to the path that spirit is laying out for you, even though it makes no sense to you whatsoever. And it's the how you're feeling cards. We have the 8 of Swords, and it's quite if you've watched me, excuse me, really dry. If you've watched me for any time, you know I like the 8 of Swords. Not so hot on this particular one in this instance. Even though there is an element of that priest put himself there, but then again, he didn't tie himself up. But there's a choice of standing there, being there, but there's outside influences that are, tying you up there. And then with that, you've got the 7 of Cups. So what I'm feeling is there's almost this sense of, what do I do? What do I do? Do I do this? Do I do this? Do I do this? Do I do this? What do I do? And that not being able to answer that is causing the stress, causing the anxiety. But with that, you've got someone else around. I think there is a source of good advice for you, but it's almost like they keep telling you to do the same thing over and over again. And they're really okay with it. And you're getting really stressed. And they're like, no, just do this. And you're, what do I mean? What do you mean, just do this? I've been just doing this. And this is where I am right now. Yeah, absolutely. Keep doing it. And as infuriating as this is going to sound, they're absolutely right. Keep doing it. Whatever the thing that you've been advised to repeat again and again and again is, just keep doing it. Because it's okay. It will get you to where you're wanting to be. There's almost, this is, to sum this reading up, think about the old 1920s car with the, that be a 20s car? Not knowing enough about the history of cars. But remember when cars had the wind-up crankshaft at the front, and you had to wind it up at such a speed so that the engine actually caught and started going? This is someone is winding your crankshaft for the engine to start going. We start with igniting courage. It says, I am strong, valiant, and courageous, which is maybe not what you feel with these 2 cards at all, but remember that is actually true. You are strong, valiant, and courageous, because there's a lot of strength coming your way, and there is a lot of return on what you are doing coming your way. There is, for what you've got to work with, we have the strength card with the Empress. So keep putting your nose to the grindstone, so to speak, and you will see the results. However, it does mean that success here will hurt somehow. there's something with that release card, the period of time you're going forward into, we've got Three of Swords with clarified by the High Priestess. So it's almost like you're seeing through something. Now, Three of Swords go, not really the most cheerful card, is it? However, I really like this one. There's the Trinity bringing their magics together to create a flower in a barren wilderness. So that is telling me that whatever the pain is that comes with this transformation, it's worth it. This pain really is worth it because you end up with so much more. But you can maybe, so we've got the Devil card here, which I didn't notice. You, in your hopes and fears, Four of Wands and the Devil, you may be wanting to keep promises that are limiting you. Old promises, they may be some of those things that you need to release. Let's just see. Okay, we've got one here. Three of Cups. Yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about... I want to say less promises than social expectations, social commitments. Whereas if you were to continue fulfilling the role in society that you have been doing, there's certain things that you need to do. But with all this transformation going on, you don't have to do those things because you don't need to continue that role in society. You can have a whole new one. And that's, again, what this Igniting Courage is about. This is then following with communicating freely and cultivating prosperity. So you've got to turn around and say what you want out of all of this, which may be a bit... Worry less about which option to take and worry more... Sounds awful, but no, focus more on what it is that you are actually wanting, what you want this transformation to bring you to. You've only got so much control over it. It's coming in from spirit. There is change coming. But you may not be able to describe who you're going to be at the end of this transformation, but you may certainly be able to describe some of who you're going to be at the end of this transformation. You could certainly describe things that you're not going to be, but that's more in the release process, the getting rid of your knots, than identifying part of what you do want to be. But I think you're going to end up being very pleasantly surprised here, because we have, like I say, we have that cultivating prosperity. Now for the final outcome cards, the Star, the Prince of Swords, Six of Pentacles, you will see the value in this whole process. And that illumination that you're after, that understanding that you're after, when it comes, it's going to come all at once. But I almost feel that that understanding all at once is like, that's the cherry on top of your transformation. You know, it's that understanding comes and you suddenly go, oh, well, that's why it all happened. That's why everything was like it was. So, yeah, I'm really quite pleased about this reading because, to be honest, I feel like you're right in the thick of it anyway right now. You know, it's if you've come to this reading, you're already in the thick of this. Oh my God, there's this transformation going on. And I feel like I'm dying because it is the Ten of Swords. And we are seeing a spirit getting liberated from a warrior by one of the Valkyries. So yeah, there is an old you that's dying. And I think you should welcome that. Oh, maybe I should call the reading that, an old you is dying. What do you think? Wait, no, I'm going to have to call it that first before you get to tell me what you think. But anyway, so if this means anything to you, Sagittarius, comment down below, hit that like button, like I say, and go and watch your Moon and Rising signs, all right? Cheers.